Imagine waking up one morning to chaos. Planes grounded mid-route, ships lost at sea, their GPS screens blank, ATMs frozen across the globe, your smartphone's map showing nothing but an empty void, traffic lights flickering, then dying, financial markets in freefall. This isn't science fiction. This is what happens when GPS satellites, those invisible guardians orbiting 12,500 miles above us, suddenly go silent. And according to experts, we're closer to this nightmare scenario than you think. Welcome to the most dangerous single point of failure in human civilization. Right now, 32 GPS satellites are silently orchestrating the modern world. These spacecraft, each no bigger than a car, don't just tell you where you are. They tell the entire planet when it is, synchronized to the nanosecond. Your morning Uber relies on GPS positioning. Your banking transaction? Timestamped by GPS satellites. That delivery truck bringing your package navigates using GPS. The power grid keeping your lights on synchronizes its electrical phases using GPS timing signals. Even the cellular network carrying this video to you depends on GPS to coordinate its towers. But here's the terrifying part. We've had warning signs. In July 2025, Starlink's global outage lasted just 2.5 hours, yet it grounded drone missions in Ukraine and disrupted communications across continents. Earlier that year, a massive solar storm triggered the strongest geomagnetic alert since 2003, temporarily knocking out radio communications across Europe and Asia. And this is just the beginning, because when GPS itself fails, the real chaos starts. Let's walk through the first 24 hours of a complete GPS blackout. In 1 hour, aviation takes the first hit. Within minutes, flight tracking systems across the globe lose their primary navigation source. GPS jamming incidents have already increased 220% between 2021 and 2024. Now imagine that disruption, but everywhere, all at once. Commercial flights are diverted to the nearest airports. New takeoffs are grounded indefinitely. By hour 3, emergency services start to crumble. When you dial 911, dispatchers can't pinpoint your location, a problem that already affects over 60% of cellular emergency calls in some areas. Search and rescue operations, which rely on GPS to locate victims within 75% less time than traditional methods, are flying blind. By hour 6, the real terror begins in the financial sector. Stock exchanges depend on GPS for nanosecond precise timestamps to sequence trades. Without these atomic clock-accurate signals, high-frequency trading algorithms malfunction, market transactions become impossible to verify, and exchanges shut down to prevent chaos. By hour 12, telecommunications networks start failing. Cell towers synchronized by GPS signals begin losing coordination. Call quality degrades, then networks crash entirely. The internet itself, routing data between servers using GPS timestamp packets, starts fragmenting. By hour 24, power grids begin destabilizing. Electrical utilities use GPS-synchronized phaser measurement units to balance power distribution across thousands of miles of transmission lines. Without GPS timing, grid operators can't detect faults or maintain synchronization. Rolling blackouts begin cascading across continents, and this is just day 1. By the end of the first week, civilization as we know it starts unraveling. Logistics collapse entirely. The global supply chain, already disrupted by individual Starlink outages, grinds to a complete halt. Freight ships carrying 90% of world trade can't navigate safely. Trucking companies lose their routing systems. The precision agriculture systems that feed 7.8 billion people shut down. Coming to the economic impact, conservative estimates suggest $1 billion in losses per day. But during critical seasons, like planting time, agricultural losses alone could reach $15 billion in a single month. A full 30-day GPS outage could wipe $58 billion from the US economy alone. Military operations go dark. Defense systems worldwide depend on GPS for everything, from missile guidance to troop coordination. Nation-states with alternative systems like Russia's GLONASS, China's Beidou, or Europe's Galileo gain massive strategic advantages. Military experts warn this could trigger conflicts as countries scramble to secure critical resources and territory. But perhaps most terrifying of all, the cascading failures feed on themselves. Power outages disrupt the backup communication systems. Communication failures prevent coordination of emergency services. Emergency service failures lead to civil unrest. Civil unrest disrupts remaining supply chains. Each failure makes the next one worse. One aerospace expert put it perfectly that a GPS blackout could cost the world over $1 billion per day. But that's just the beginning. The real cost is measured in lives. So what could actually cause this digital apocalypse? Solar storms are the most likely culprit. 2025 has already seen record-breaking solar activity with X-class flares, the most dangerous type, triggering unprecedented geomagnetic storms. Scientists warn we're approaching the solar maximum when such events become even more frequent and intense. Cyber warfare represents another growing threat. Anti-satellite weapons are no longer science fiction. China, Russia, India, and the United States all possess operational ASAT capabilities. In 2024, intelligence reports confirmed Russia is developing nuclear anti-satellite weapons, specifically designed to create electromagnetic pulses that could disable entire GPS constellations. And the scariest part? We've already seen these weapons tested. Since 2019, 4 nations have conducted debris-causing anti-satellite tests, creating over 6,800 pieces of trackable space debris that continue to threaten operational satellites. Space warfare isn't coming, it's already here. But humanity isn't helpless. While we've built our civilization on a single point of failure, brilliant minds are developing our backup systems. Alternative satellite constellations provide our first line of defense. Europe's Galileo system operates 26 satellites providing global coverage. Russia's GLONASS maintains 24 operational satellites. China's Beidou constellation offers 28 satellites with global reach. These systems can provide positioning services if GPS fails, though integration isn't seamless. Ground-based alternatives are emerging. NextNav is developing a terrestrial positioning network that could save $31.9 billion in losses during a 30-day GPS outage. These systems use terrestrial beacons instead of satellites, making them immune to space-based attacks or solar storms. Revolutionary quantum navigation represents the ultimate solution. Companies like Qtrol and Airbus are developing quantum sensors that use Earth's magnetic field for navigation, completely independent from any external signals. These systems promise accuracy 100 times better than GPS, while being impossible to jam or spoof. The Pentagon is doubling down on these quantum alternatives, recognizing them as essential for fighting through the electromagnetic warfare environments we see in Ukraine today. The X-37B spaceplane is already testing quantum inertial sensors in orbit. But here's the critical question: are we moving fast enough? Every day we delay building resilient backup systems is another day we remain vulnerable to catastrophic failure. The $1.4 trillion GPS has generated for the global economy could vanish in hours. The technology to survive a GPS apocalypse exists. Quantum navigation, terrestrial positioning networks, and multi-constellation receivers are ready for deployment. The only question is, will we build these systems before disaster strikes? Because when you wake up one morning and your phone shows nothing but darkness where the world used to be, it will be too late to ask, what's our plan B when the sky goes dark? What do you think? Are we prepared for a GPS blackout? Or are we sleepwalking toward digital catastrophe? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to subscribe for more investigations into the invisible systems that run our world. The future of civilization might depend on how seriously we take this warning.